Everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you can see it because I'm taking a picture of my desktop monitor, but $1.24 for 12 great value large white eggs. But for $6.02 you can get 60 large eggs. Can you believe that? I'm so glad that came down because a lot of people use a lot of eggs, you know, for protein, for baking, for restaurants use them. It's just a great thing to see them come down. Welcome to my channel, by the way. I'm glad you stopped by, and if you like anything you see, don't forget to comment. Give me a chat, and if you're not new, welcome back. Well, it says it's out of stock, but 24 plus, so it may be more, quail eggs in brine, canned. Wow, that's new to me, out of stock. You know, I'd almost want to get this just to show what it looks like on the inside. I really would. I wonder where they come from. Like, are they American hatched and, you know, or are they shipped in? Because I've never heard of this brand before. I'm not even going to try. I was going to try to say it. I just thought it was awesome. But anyway, if they had it, it would have only been $2.52 for 24 plus quail eggs. And I realize they're tiny. But wouldn't they be fun to just throw whole into a potato salad on the top? I mean, if you trusted the brand. I don't know anything about it. Well, here's dinner. I've got some water boiling, and I use this when I make this dish. And I only make it for me. I use rice ramen, and it's millet and brown rice. And I get this either at, you know, just a local grocery store. I get a big package at Costco. So you got to cook this about 4 minutes, and it's wonderful. I'll dump that water, drain these noodles, and then I'll use bone broth for the actual broth in the soup. I'll hit it with some of this sesame oil. In addition, there's shrimp. This is already cooked, so I'm just going to put it in until it's warm. And mushrooms, just white mushrooms, and green onions. And I think that's all. And I'm going to make a nice sized bowl of it because it's my dinner. I'm the only one here. Well, here it is. Let me see if I can pull some up for you to see. Now, when I opened this packet, because it came from the grocery store instead of Costco, it had a seasoning packet in it, like Top Ramen would, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to use that. But then I read the package, and the seasonings were things like powdered onion, seaweed, organic, this and that and the other, and chili powder, and, you know, just really good stuff. So I just shook maybe a teaspoon in here, and I went ahead and used my bone broth too. And then at the end, of course, I shook in some of I love sesame oil. I love the flavor. To me, it's a nutty, rich, deep flavor. So as soon as this is cool enough, I'm going to partake. I got my trusty water here. And hey, that's a brand new summer tablecloth. I finally put the Easter one away. It's really thin, and it's kind of too small. See how the edge, well, maybe you can't tell, but the edge doesn't reach out enough down at the ends, but the sides are okay. So anyway, it was like $14. It's a Mainstay brand. It's fine. I like it. It looks summery to me. Well, that's it for now. Do any of you watch the channel, follow the channel, Gaming Foodie? So it's this delightful young woman with two small little children, like toddler and baby, or maybe preschooler and baby. And she makes the most wonderful Asian-style dishes of all kinds. And so she is real tolerant to hot, spicy things, and real tolerant to hot temperatures in her mouth. And one of the things that I've heard before, well, and I hear her do it, she takes a spoonful of something hot and she slurps it. You know, she goes, and that supposedly, it cools off the noodles and things. Well, I decided to try it, and I darn near heft it into my lungs. So that's a no-go for me. I'm going to need lessons on how to do that. We can't teach an old okie new tricks, right? So I wish I had used that whole packet of seasoning because it had dehydrated seaweed in it and it fluffed out really good. And you really can't taste it, but it's super good for you. And the shrimp was already cooked, so there's that. I love white mushrooms in this. Bella are more of, for me anyway, they're more delicate and there's not as much of a bite after cooking them. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but that's how I feel about it. And so I like the white ones for this. Good morning and happy Sunday now it is. And so I wanted to show you my breakfast before I snarfed it down. I guess I should have done this first. I'm having an iced coffee with it. Today is only going to be in the 60s, and I am so thankful, so thankful. Thank you, Lord. I don't know what I was going to do, lose my mind over that heat. I can get out and do some things in the yard. I can go out and I need to go to the bank. So many things to do. I have a list. What a list. Anyway, I have, well, almost 2 fried eggs here, and I chopped up a tomato and put like a couple tablespoons of guac on it. And then I've got half a can of black beans and about another tablespoon of guac. And this is cultured sour cream. I don't know the difference between regular sour cream and cultured sour cream, but I thought, I should probably look that up since I bought it. I bought it just because it was there, Anyway, I'll show you more later today as I go along. Okay, I'm back, and so this is water, and I'm just getting ready to put some of that Miracle-Gro in it and do the flowers out here. And with help, one of my children helped me to hang the hummingbird feeder I just got, and so I'll show you that later. But anyway, it's not that big a deal. And I took the rosemary out of the window, and finally going to plant it today. It's noon, and this chicken needs to go into the oven. It's finally got its preheat done, and when I opened the door to put the chicken in, there was a cookie sheet in there, so it's in the bottom of the sink cooling down. I've already had coffee for the day. I'm putting it like 10 a.m. now so I don't shake all night. But I'm making iced coffee now, and I just have one in the late morning, early, like 9 o'clock maybe. So yeah, like I said, anyway, I've got the water boiling. I've got 3 scoops of coffee in here, and I use a French press and plunger. If you're new here, if you're not new here, you know that I do that. Okay, so this is coming to a boil. It's got to go to 212. And then I'll just pour it in and let it set for 4 minutes. And when it's cool enough, I'll pour it into, like a canning jar with a lid. Stick it in the fridge when it's cool enough. And I'll have it cold in the morning to pour. Chicken's in the oven. I'm going to make maybe some macaroni and cheese or maybe some potatoes. I'm not sure. Dinner's ready. He chose to use that Japanese barbecue sauce. And oh, does it smell good. So I'm going to put some on my chicken later. Delish. You guys, if I had known it was this good, I wouldn't have waited so long to open it. It's been in my pantry for quite a while. This is a keeper in my opinion. Yum, yum, yum. Came out here to check this basket on the porch, to make sure everything was within date and all of that. So I'm emptying it out totally, and I'm sticking my hand deep in there, and something wet and cold was in my hand, like just in the palm of my hand. And I shrieked loud enough to wake the dead, just because it surprised me. It was like a medium-sized frog. So I'm not afraid of frogs or snakes. I mean, non-venomous. But the surprise, you don't expect that in a snack bin. Thank goodness it wasn't my mail lady. I don't know, maybe she's tougher than I am. But anyway, so I grabbed him. I mean, when I felt him and I shrieked, I dropped. I thought it might be a slug. You know what those are? Like a big... So that's why I shrieked probably too. I took it and I put it over here. I had just watered the flowers, and so he's in there somewhere, I hope. I changed out the garden flag. It said welcome spring. Now it's got this for, you know, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Flag Day, Labor Day. It's staying all summer. And let's see. The flowers are all starting to grow. The birds are making nests in these bushes this year instead of my flowers. Oh, I fertilized this morning. And I think that's it. I'm going to close her up and get back to what I like to do best, which is watch everybody else's videos. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you think about it, if you want to, there's a icon up in the corner that's for, if you press on that, it'll let you subscribe to the channel, my channel, and then you'll know every time I every time I put up a video. By the way, my husband is floating in this Pacific Ocean right now, just behind Hurricane Marwa. And I didn't know that there was a Hurricane Marwa until just now. And he sent me a map of where he was, and they're staying far back. And they're just going to have to delay getting to Guam. And that's how it goes. I hope everybody has a good day. Bye-bye.